Well, good morning. It is 6:23 here, and it is a Thursday morning from our wonderful palatial studios here at Lake Keowee Radio Online. Folks, I have to tell you, we are in a hurricane this morning. If you're just now tuning in or waking up this morning, it is a nasty mess all across the upstate this morning, right now, particularly here. Let's see if we can get this up and running this morning. Hold on just a second. Let me share this screen here, and let's maximize that. Let's get up here, and let's update what's going on. Particularly here in Oconee County this morning. If you're just now waking up, you are hearing wind and rain and all sorts of nasty stuff. And, of course, let's go ahead first and check our radar for you folks that are watching this morning. Okay, well, we are officially back. We're actually operating on a how you like a studio in here in the living room. We have lost power here at the house. So first of all, let me see if we can. We're going to do a couple of things here first. This for you this morning. Let me get the screen shared. So give me just a second. All right, let's go ahead and share this morning. Sorry about that. We apologize, but yeah, we have officially lost power here at our studio. Folks, this is a full-fledged, what it sounds like, a hurricane out there this morning. First of all, let's go take a look at power outages right now in Oconee County. Let's do this. So give me just a second. We're going to do this in real time for everybody. First, we're going to start with Blue Ridge Electric Cooperative, and we're going to check the outage center right now. This will be for the Blue Ridge territory as we pull up. We are operating on backup power, but our internet, our server is completely down at this time. So there is no audio. So there is the map of Blue Ridge, and you can see from that point forward, there is roughly about 1,110 is out now out of 67,000. That is around the county line, below Westminster, Foxwood Hills, Dr. John's, in that particular area. There's scattered power outages right now up around Walhalla, and then, of course, over in Central right now, there's about 259. Of course, we're on the Duke system right now, but we are going to check power outages this morning. So let's go ahead and go to Duke Energy at this time and check Duke. We'll give you updates here in just a few moments. All of this is available at your fingertips. So we're going to take a look at Duke in the Duke system here. The good news is, I'm looking at Lori over here in the, we're out of power. We're on Duke, but they show no outages in Oconee County at this time.
Well, I guess I need to report
Yeah,
it.
you probably do need to report it. I'm
fielding questions from parents.
Parents right now? Okay.
So,
Yeah. All righty. So, but we are on the Duke system. We're actually on the south end of Knox Road, back towards, right across from the Oconee Nuclear Station, right across from High Falls right now is where we're at. And we have no power. So if you have no power this morning, you can check in with us and let us know. We are following real time. Let's see now the weather. Let's go back here since we did this. Yeah, we're on the Blue Ridge, so hold on just a second. Let me get here. All righty. We're going to check in with the weather forecast this morning, and we'll go from there here. Glad to have everybody streaming along with us this morning. Again, our power, we have a failure here at the studio. Everything is dead. We have our generator, but I'm not ready to crank the generator just yet because of the high winds and the rain and the location of the generator here. So let's go NWS this morning. Weather.gov. Good folks there. All right, so here it is. Let's go to the radar for you folks watching this morning. And there it is. Now, the main book we've heard this morning from friends in Georgia, Northeast Georgia, at one time, it came in at around 70 miles an hour was the report in certain parts of Georgia. Alabama this morning had over 400-something thousand out of power. And we're on that line right there, as Chris Justice would say, the I-85 corridor. And you can see it right there. It approximately started about 5 o'clock. We have reports of trees are down. Let me see if we can get to this real quickly here. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull up my Facebook feed. Our friends at Bolo are working hard right now to provide updated information. Give me just a second as we work on providing this as a service so that you can stay up to date and find out what's going on here. All right, so we already know right now that the school district of Oconee County is on an e-learning day. All right, Bo Davis, one of our good friends, has posted this. Here we go. Trees in the roadway at Armstrong Road. That's going to be at the Sanford Boulevard side there towards Seneca 123. Other updates now, tree down North Retreat Road at West Oak Highway in Westminster. Also, too, as you can see, one of the commenters said post power is out.
Yes.
In Foxwood Hills. There's where we were live. We're back live now, thank goodness. Tree down in the roadway, Cleveland Pike Road, Toccoa Highway, Westminster. North Highway 11 and Dynamite Road in Tomasi. And, of course, Bo is, if you have to be out, you got to be very careful. Watch out for ponding the roadways. Folks, I'm telling you, it is very windy, probably would gust up to 35, 40 miles an hour right now here on the lake. And it's definitely not a great day to be
I was just trying to
on the lake.
My outage.
I want to tell Scott Galbraith good morning for checking in. My lovely wife is on the phone right now with Duke Energy reporting a power outage right now to the Duke system. You can report power outages to Blue Ridge as well. I think it's 1-800-POWER-OWN. That may be Duke.
It's been off about 15 or 20 minutes, and I honestly, we were grabbing flashlights and stuff, and so, I didn't think to call.
Yeah, we're grabbing flashlights. We're sitting here in the studio by flashlight, by the way. All right, so let's go ahead and update you on your weather forecast here.
It's windy from the storm. Yeah.
Windy's an understatement. All right, tropical storm warning does continue for our folks here. Of course, now its locations affected is Seneca. Again, winds 39 to 57 miles per hour. The wind threat has remained nearly steady from the previous assessment. Now, this was just updated at 4:53 this morning here from the National Weather Service.
That's awesome.
And we're seeing the effects of it right now.
Thank you.
The situation is unfavorable for tornadoes, but we're still not going to rule anything out at this time with all the winds. Tornadoes are not expected, so maybe they'll put a little fear, but a little rest in your mind. But still, when you have a storm such as this come through, there's so many uncertainties. So the tropical storm warning continues. It's in effect. And for today and tonight, of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the day. The tropical storm warning, as we've mentioned since yesterday evening, continues. And your official weather forecast right now, tropical storm warning until further notice. Conditions expected throughout the morning with temperatures topping out around 78 degrees. Coming up tonight, slight chance of showers, mostly clear for tonight, low 51. And then, of course, the weekend is looking pretty good. We dry out just a bit coming up tomorrow with high near 68 degrees. So, again, recapping what we know, there is power outages developing on the Blue Ridge system. And you just got in touch with Duke Energy.
And they said that I was the first report they had gotten from this area.
The first report. Well, as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but that is the actual wind right now. I would say gusting 25, 30 miles an hour easily, maybe with peaks up to 40. Let's check in real quickly. I wanted to see, well, according to from the Clemson-Oconee International Airport, I'm highlighting that right now. Wind gust up to 24 miles an hour right now at the airport. That's at the Clemson-Oconee Airport.
Blowing the porch furniture and stuff.
Probably so. Well, the best thing I can tell you here is just relax. We're going to get through this all together this morning. Got a couple of comments this morning from some of our listeners this morning. We're not online. You cannot listen to us. We're actually operating on a backup. I'm actually sitting in here in my living room. South Cove just lost power, and that's on the Duke system as well. So just got that update. Good morning. Thank you for your updates. Leah, good morning to you. Judy, good morning. Grab you a cup of coffee if you were able to make some. We've just barely got the first cup made before the power went out here at the studio. And there it is. Sabrina just checks in, says, just lost power in the South Cove area. All right. So reports are beginning to filter in now with what's going on here with this storm. It is really rough this morning. Again, if you have to be out, I urge you to use caution this morning. This is not something you want to play with this morning. It is pretty rough. Got an update from the folks down that way around southern part of Seneca. Said it's rough this morning down here. They still have power. Yes. Yeah, it is.
What did you say, the cars?
The cars got leaves.
The cars are covered in
pine needles.
Like it's
yeah.
been packed on them or something.
Well, we're giving away free pine needles today for the first 50 people. Lisa checks in this morning, says, yes, very windy it is. It's just like we said, it happened, I think last night when I went on live, I talked about it around 6 o'clock this morning is when I said that we would start feeling the effects. Let's go now back to Facebook, and we want to thank our friends from Bolo this morning. So let's go ahead and see if we can go to Facebook. and get another update this morning and monitor our friends from Bolo. They are following along this morning. Appreciate those good folks. Bo Davis does a good job this morning. He keeps folks updated along with everybody from the group. So here we go. Let's view the group and let's go back into it this morning. We'll get some more updates here for you this morning. Basically, those are about the same we had. There's a tree in a roadway somewhere. This just in, tree in the roadway blocking the entire road of Flat Shoals Road and Bunny Trail in Walhalla. And we're seeing some comments here. It's bad on Long Creek Highway and the power is now out. And of course, right here in the Lake Keowee area, we do know windy out here on the Keowee School Road also. Philip checks in with that comment. And let's see here. Terrible in Bandyland. So basically, that is the updates. Basically, that's the same. We're going to have this for the next few hours. And I'm sure there's going to be more power outages to come. And we're going to go back now. Let's take a look at the Blue Ridge power outages for everyone here. So here we go. Let's go back to Blue Ridge Electric and take a look at the power outages. Again, we're running on a backup here. We have lost power here at the studio. We're running on a hotspot and a fully charged laptop. Oh, we got more coming in from outages here. We got spots and stuff that's picking up. They're still saying that there's two major outages with 1110. I don't know how accurate that is because we've got more areas in the what I'm highlighting the cursor on. Let's take a look at outages. 537 and at 259, we had that one at 621. And again, it's going to be a time for power crews to be able to get out and start restoring the power, particularly with the heavy winds and the rain this morning. All right. I don't know if you can see that. You cannot. Let me see. Nope, you cannot see that. All right. Hold on just a second. Let's see if I can stop sharing the screen. And give me just a second. I'm doing this in real time. I want to bring the outage center up for you. And I'm sharing that screen. And let's bring it live. There you go. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so apparently I cannot share that screen. I was hoping that I could, but I can't. We're going to go here in just a second. We got some more comments coming in this morning. Web viewage outer. Let's try that. And let's get you updated. And let's go ahead and maximize. There you go. Now we can do it. All right, so now you can see this is a look at Blue Ridge Electric Cooperative. This is the outage map. And you can see the outages. Like we said, 1110 is what's being reported right now. The last one being reported at 6:21 a.m. this morning. It's now 6:44, and the other one was reported at 5:37. Let's see if we can go check Duke Energy out for you folks. Duke Power outage. And let's see if we can bring the Duke Energy map up for everyone. That was a sustained gust right there of at least 40 miles an hour. I'm listed to it. I mean, that is very powerful chunk this morning. I just heard all of that. Okay, this is Duke Energy's outage area this morning for the Carolinas. We're going to particularly zoom into the upstate. And we have power outages reported in Central this morning with 50 customers, but we still have no reports of power outages on the Duke system in Oconee County. But we do know that it was reported.
It is out.
We do know that we do know. All right, let's see here. Let's back it up here, and let's check in with the comments. I'm at Monster Self-Storage. Seneca still have power, thankfully. Utica area, I have no reports of anything from the city of Seneca. I believe that's Seneca Light and Water in there. I'm not sure. I think it is for the Utica area.
Sabrina checks in. I know, right? Woke me up. We are in Port Santorini, and lines are buried, so that has to be on the South Cove Road where they are. Yep. That whole area is, of course, Duke territory. Neil, good morning to you. I hope you're not going to be doing any work today. And the power flickering, of course, in Westminster. Thanks for everybody that's checking in this morning. We're trying to keep you updated as much as we can, what we know. Facebook is the world right now to us. And let's see what we got. Just saw a green transformer blow in the distance across the cove. That's going to be happening a lot. Oak Point's Lake Keowee just lost power. So we have that update this morning. Yeah, it is a good idea. If you have electronics, you better unplug them from the surges. Yes, that is correct. 6:46, and we're holding on steady this morning here at the Lake Keowee Radio Compound. Again, power failure at our studios. We're operating on battery power here. Yes, Lisa, thank you. Utica area, Seneca Light and Water power still on so far. One of the things about the Seneca Light and Water system, they did some massive upgrades from after the tornado, and hope that you all will suffer much better than during the tornado. But they did. They put a lot of time and money investment into the Seneca Light and Water system, and hopefully everything will be okay. But again, power outages, you're looking live map of Duke Energy this morning. We know that we have power outages here. We are on the Duke system for the studio. We're on Duke Energy. We're out of power, even though they're not showing it. We've got reports of other places this morning. It's on Duke that are out of power this morning. Also, to Blue Ridge Electric Cooperative has reports of power outages. And the wind just keeps blowing here at our studio this morning. Bridget, you're at work. Are you at Clemson, I believe? Yep, you're at Clemson. And excuse me, the power's flickering. She said, of course, she is at work this morning. I'm going to see if there's any other updates real quickly while we're streaming. Again, to stay up to date with road conditions and such, we recommend our friends at Bolo. They are good friends and they're good people. Great information to keep you up to date with what's happening here in Oconee County. Bolo, local news and happenings. And we're going to check back in real quickly while the map. The power is out on the county side of Pump House Road in Westminster. So again, now we're getting a lot of reports of power outages. Tree in the road at Toccoa Highway at Corinth Baptist Church. That's going to be over in Westminster. Another update of power. No power at the corner of Taylor Road and Pickens Highway in West Union. It's out on Fowler Road, too.
It's out at Shelter Cove.
Out at Shelter Cove? Okay. Out of Keowee School Road? Okay, so we've got more power outages. Someone is asking the question, anybody know how the roads are in Clemson? My sister has to take her son for some work this morning or something. It's going to be like this all the way. Again, if you're in a small car, you're going to get bounced all over the road. This is one of the reasons why the school district of Oconee County decided to make it an e-learning day. Here is a good comment from Bolo. Just got home from work, and this gentleman drove a 4x4 truck, and he highly recommended not to be on the roads at all this morning, especially in West Union. It seems it's worse than Seneca and Walhalla for some reason, but he was making that statement. WSB-TV in Atlanta, Georgia is reporting more damage this morning. They're out of Atlanta. Wow. I'm going to take you now live to WSB-TV here in just a second. Let me pull this up, so give me just a second. Good morning once again, everyone. Let's see here. I'm going to take you live. I'm going to go to Facebook, and let's go to WSB in Atlanta. Pictures are coming in this morning of some of the damage. This is at This is from Atlanta, Georgia this morning. Pictures are beginning to come in of some of the damage. Again, you're looking at pictures. This is not of Oconee County. This is actually of WSB in Atlanta. They're reporting some, man, that was rough. Look at some of those trees. And I'm sure here this morning, we're going to have a lot of those here this morning. We're going to see a lot. All right, let's update once again. Power outages still continue to climb this morning, 6:51. And it's blowing all over the place this morning. Not much you can say. Ebenezer Road power just lost. Yeah, I heard that. That was shaking the house. Sounded like a tree fell. It did sound like a tree had just fallen. We heard a tree here or something of semblance. All right, power out on Horseshoe Bridge Road. Just lost power on Ebenezer Road. And it looks like the internet is slowly dying here for some reason. Imagine that. Yeah.
The cat screaming in the back.
Is that Tigger?
Tigger.
That's the Lake Keowee radio cat, by the way.
Most aggravating animal.
Power is out at Walhalla High School. Power out on Cobb Bridge Road. Power out in Tomasi. One of the things that worries me about power at Tomasi, if power is out there, 101.7 is off the air, which would be WGOG FM. I haven't got a radio flipped on to see if they're still broadcasting, but that would worry me a great deal because that area is prone to power failure. We mentioned Fowler Road, and then we've mentioned Ebenezer, and of course these comments just keep on coming in. I don't know what it is about the Duke outage map, but apparently it's not working well because we know that there's a lot of power outages and they're not reporting them. Rockingham area in Seneca, the street there, I believe. Power's on and off on Wells Highway. And these are your neighbors reporting all of these. Oconee Creek Road is out of power. And we just keep getting more and more power outages this morning. So let's go back to the map here. Let's go back to our outage map. Stand by. We're getting some information now. Okay. Yeah, Stephen, I would go ahead and get my coffee going and be ready. Matter of fact, I just got called Kojak.
Oh, that was the second time because I called you Kojak when you did it.
Morning Kojak. Okay. Thank you, Freeman Martin there. I'm up. There's some information I'm reading right here. I want to make sure before we go any further with this information that I'm trying to make sure that it's accurate. Pastor Matt Turner is checking in. Power surges in Friendship area with high winds. And there we go. We have another blast of high winds here. Do you have any reports of how fast the winds are at this point? According to the National Weather Service at Clemson at the Oconee Airport, they were reporting wind gusts as high as 24 miles an hour. But now here, I would believe to say it's an upper of at least 35, 40 miles an hour. Because, I mean, you know, it's definitely leaning the trees over, and that's definitely more than 25 miles an hour. I mean, you can hear it slam up against the house at this time.
Yeah, Bud was not happy.
Yeah, Bud is definitely not happy this morning.
You stole.
He stole Stampy this morning. Okay, it looks like now that Duke Energy has updated. Well, maybe not. Yes. Okay, so
Got too much to keep up.
well, they have just updated it. Right now, it looks close to 919 out of power. I'm trying to zoom in this morning. We have. Okay, there it is. That's what we wanted to look at. Let me switch you back over. By the way, this is a new program that we're using here at Lake Keowee Radio Online. So let me get you where we can allow you to, where we can stream our other pages so folks can see information. So we're going to go in now. Give me just a second. I'll switch it back. And there are the power outages. They are beginning to come in. You're seeing those in real time this morning. So let's zoom in even further. So for you folks, for Sabrina, you down in South Cove, basically all the way up towards Crooked Creek, down Ebenezer Road, back behind in that particular area, you're seeing there's about 873 out of power. And we're going to move up this way this morning. And there we go. There's our little neck of the woods. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. So this would lead to tell me that we have a tree down on Ellenberg Road. There's a tree down on Ellenberg Road. Where this power outage is at is back up here at the intersection of Knox Road, and there's a tree down. Tree's at the power line. So that's where it's at. And of course, right there is the home of Lake Keowee Radio Online. So there's the power outages that we have for Duke Energy. Let's go back to Blue Ridge. And then we're going to do another weather update here in just a few moments. So give me just a second. We're going back to the outage center at Blue Ridge. And I believe I need to, I'm going to have to change this. Once again, I want to welcome everybody this morning. Let's get the web outage viewer, share. And let's go ahead and maximize this. Here we go. Sporadic outages now around the area. All right, here we go. And the outage. It's still holding the same, but there's other outages now forming around. So I don't know about if this map is being updated in its entirety. It looks to be. Let's take a look now at weather. So there we go. That is what we're seeing coming in now to the golden corner of South Carolina. And we've got a whole bunch still to come. So that's the way things are shaping up. I'm going to check back in one more time this morning with our friends at Bolo. I'm just going to look real quickly on their page and see. Again, this is going to be like this most. Let's see. Power off on Highway 123 towards Walmart. Power is out, of course, that would be in that general area, the 873 Saxony Forest on Keowee School Road. That's on the Blue Ridge system, 873. 23 in this area, and I would assume that it's a tree has fallen on the power line over here. That's what it sounds like, 23 on this side. Traffic light now, here's an interesting, if you are out in this morning, a traffic light is flashing yellow on Sheep Farm Road in Bountyland. Yeah, use caution there. Bo Davis is reporting power lines and a power pole in the roadway at Blue Ridge Boulevard in front of the Burger King in Walhalla. Repeating, in Walhalla, Bo Davis from the Bolo Local News and Happenings Facebook page just reported this. Power lines and a power pole in the roadway at Blue Ridge Boulevard in front of the Burger King in Walhalla. And now I'm getting reports that there is no power in Walhalla. I need somebody to confirm that.
Something tells me I'm not going to have a doctor's appointment today after all.
It doesn't look like it, does it?
They might not have power. Didn't you say something about Wells Highway?
Yeah, the lights on certain parts of Wells Highway. That is Monkey Monster, a.k.a. my wife in the background. All right, I know that I've left this graphic up here long enough, so let's move on and let's see if we've got any more updates this morning. Let's see, our good friend Warren Gallagher, power just went out or just went on. Power just went on. Power just went on or power went off? Mac Reed Road off Highway 11 in Salem. Our good friend Michael Land checks in, getting bad here in Clemson. Lights are flickering. And that is all we have right now. So recapping this morning, tropical storm warning continues for the upstate until effective whenever the National Weather Service decides to end it. If you're tuning into Lake Keowee Radio Online, guess what? We are off. And we'll be for I don't know how long until Duke gets the power back or I decide to crank the generator. We do have a generator, but I don't want to crank it just yet because we're not burning up. Everything's normal. Well, normal as it can be in the dark. Everything seems to be at the helm of the ship. And if 2020 can't get any stranger, it just did. I have never had a tropical warning, a tropical system warning issued for Oconee County. It amazes me. Power just went off in Bandyland. I guess I better start drinking my cup of coffee this morning. Might be the only cup I get.
I'll make you fire that generator up for another cup.
Yeah, for another cup of coffee, we'll fire the generator up.
I'm not a one cup kind of girl.
Debbie and Bill just checks in. We still have power at the halfway branch.
Probably not for long.
Not for long. Check in, let us know where you're at, the conditions that you're facing right now. I'm going to go back over and check on our friends at Bolo real quickly.
Our friends, the Garlands, are on their way down the mountain.
Is it bad?
To an appointment in Greenville.
Oh. I bet it is bad up there. She didn't say?
She said they're on their way to an appointment in Greenville.
I could only imagine.
That can't be pretty.
I know our friends up in the mountains are riding it out, hunkered down. That'd be like having to have a chain attached to your butt to a tree, and you'd be flying with the tree too. Downtown Seneca still has power, very windy, have some large limbs down. Power, of course, flickering on Friendship Road. North Hunter Street still has power. That's in the city of Seneca. We're taking a look at some comments right now on Bolo Local News and Happenings. Nothing's really changed. And again, last night I had predicted around 6 a.m. this morning is when we would see the first wave. And again, this whole system is moving in very fast, very fast. Earlier, it was tracking about 25 miles north-northeast. Back in Alabama, there's about 400 and something thousand right now in the state of Alabama out of power. The damage is beginning to come out of northeast Georgia. There's a lot of trees down this morning. And there's going to be a lot of power here throughout the morning that'll be knocked out due to high winds. No power in the Welcome Church community of Oconee County. Power out on Claremont Road in Westminster with a tree down. And we're just getting more information into our makeshift studio sitting on the couch in the living room. Okay, so that continues. We're updating some other information real quick. Don't see anything else. Okay, well, there you go. That is it for right now. Right now we have power. Let's go to this information. This is from our friend Patty. Right now we have power on 130 between Keowee and Salem, but it is flickering. So that may be potentially affecting another radio station in that area. We got reports of trees all over the place, and that's basically what's going to happen. Thanks for Patty for sending that information in to us. Okay, that's all I can give you right now. That is the updates. It's 7:06. We've been on for a little over 45 minutes. I'm going to cut back to conserve power. If we need to come back on and do another update, we will. But right now, the heavy rains, the winds are still here. It's going to be here for at least another hour, an hour and a half. Things will start to subside later this morning. But again, before it all ends, there's going to be a lot of power outages continuing throughout Oconee County, Pickens, Anderson, and the upstate of South Carolina. Again, if you try to log on, we are totally off. We have no power. We'll fire the generator up very shortly. I'm not going to do it right now, but we will fire it up very shortly. But again, that's how it stands. Be careful. If you have to go out, be very careful. If you don't, the best thing to do is stay at home today. At least throughout this morning, so that because you don't know what you can see right now with it still being dark. Stay at home. Don't do anything. Just stay at home and you're good to go. All right, we will keep you updated on our Facebook page, LK Radio Online. If you haven't liked there, go to it. Check us out, like us, and we'll keep passing along information as we get it. Greg Stovall just checked in. Power out in Forest Hills, okay? Lisa, we love doing this for our folks. To keep you safe and keep you updated. We appreciate your comments, and thank you so much for that. But again, the power outages are going to continue to climb. We'll post the power outages from Blue Ridge Electric Cooperative. They've got crews mobilized now, but again, it's kind of hard to go out and work right now with the wind for them to get up and repair power lines. It's just not safe. So for the folks that are out of power, you're probably going to be out of power for at least 4 to 8 hours today. I could guarantee you about 4 to 8 hours, somewhere in that, and maybe longer. It's just unsafe right now to get out and work in these conditions. So our prayers to all our linemen that'll be out shortly. Daughter got to Blue Ridge Bank, driving very bad, driving gusting very bad, the winds. Yeah, absolutely. Judy just posted her good friend, power out at Wexford Subdivision. I can only imagine, and I know exactly where that's at. So again, more power outages. Trees are going to be ramping up, and we will keep you up to date. If there's anything that breaks out, we will break in and let you know, but we're going to cut back, conserve power, and we will see you on the other side. Have a great one, the best you can, and we'll talk to you shortly.